Hello there. My name is Bernadette. I'm the student advisor for the American Viniyoga Institute. I'm here today with Kathy Jamison, who is the program coordinator for the Viniyoga Foundations Program, VFP. She's also senior faculty and a mentor for the program. So, welcome, Kathy. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for being with me for these next few minutes. Uh, where do you want me to start? I guess I'll start. You already mentioned that I'm the program coordinator and I'm a mentor in the Viniyoga Foundations Program. So I'll just say that I've been on the faculty as a mentor since 2008, so kind of a long time. And I've been the coordinator of the program since 2014. So I've taken us through several rounds now of this program that we offer roughly every 2 years. And let's see, what else do you want to know about me?
So we just want to get to know you a little bit today. So you've been training Viniyoga teachers for many, many years now. And you've also been a practitioner and a teacher and a Viniyoga therapist yourself for several years. So what have been some highlights of your time as a Viniyoga therapist and teacher?
Oh, let's see. I think for me as a teacher, my favorite thing is to train new teachers. I have had many wonderful experiences teaching in studios, yoga studios. I've taught in senior centers. I've taught at schools for special needs children, programs for special needs adults. I've been able to participate in a few studies, most notably the Aetna study for stress reduction in the workplace that the Viniyoga Institute did with the Aetna Healthcare Corporation. And so those were some of the highlights. I think though, for me, the thing that gives me the most juice, let's say, is that as we go through this training program that takes place over the course of about 2 years, we see a big transformation in our students, in the way that they see themselves as practitioners, in their ability to use the tools of yoga to really address their own needs, and in their confidence as teachers. And that sort of transformation, I think, is what keeps me really excited about being the program coordinator and being a mentor. And as a mentor, I get to spend an awful lot of time with the students that I'm mentoring as they go through the program. It's more or less constant contact. We're together at least once a month over the course of the 2 years, in addition to being in the classroom together all the time that we have either online or in-person classroom. And so I love getting to know my students, my teacher trainees, and kind of helping them find their way as practitioners and as teachers. And I love that those kind of aha moments that they have when suddenly it really starts to come together and they really see the value of taking a deep dive into yoga. So
Beautiful. Okay, you've been practicing in the Viniyoga lineage for a really long time. So there's all kinds of yoga programs out there. There's all kinds of ways to practice. What do you think differentiates Viniyoga specifically, in your own words?
One of the things that really differentiates us is the emphasis that we place on personal practice and really teaching our students how to practice. And then as we train our students to become Viniyoga teachers, teaching them how to teach their students how to practice. And so I guess maybe I'll talk about that a little bit from my own life. So I was a yoga practitioner off and on since I was a teenager. My practice way back then, that was a long time ago, was mostly asana. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. There was something that kept calling to me. I kept coming back to yoga over the years. And I now have 3 grown children, adult children. But when they were young, I was fortunate to find a teacher who began to incorporate teachings about yoga philosophy and the Yoga Sutras, real teachings about the Yoga Sutra into our classes. And that's eventually, in fact, that teacher is eventually how I was led to the American Viniyoga Institute and Gary Craftso and this way of practice. And I think what it did for me as a young mom, I had 3 kids, fairly close in age, and a husband who traveled all over the world all the time. So I was alone a lot with 3 kids, sometimes for weeks at a time, sometimes for a month at a time. So any of you that have experienced that know that motherhood is a 24-hour job. And when there's no other adult present, it can be pretty stressful and pretty draining. And I had a lot of back pain. I used to see a chiropractor all the time. In fact, the way that I got through my 3 pregnancies was regular chiropractic. And when my youngest daughter, who is nearly 30, was very young, I found this other teacher who eventually led me to Gary Craftso. And Viniyoga taught me to practice in such a way that I began to understand my low back pain, and I had tools to relieve it. And I can say now, 30 years later, I don't have low back pain. I don't go to bed with back pain at night, and I don't wake up with back pain in the morning. So for me, there's been a major shift in that area of my life. Even as I've aged, it's actually gotten better. And I feel that the longer I practice in this way, the more I'm able to cope with the ordinary things that come with aging, and things do come with aging. I certainly don't have the kind of energy that I had when I was 25, when I had small children, or 30 and had small children and was practicing yoga, you know? So, and then, you know, on the stress side of it, in Viniyoga, I discovered how to really integrate my breath with movement. That made a big difference in how I felt in my body with, you know, the pain and all of that stuff. And it was real back pain, and they were real chiropractic visits twice a week, you know, only exacerbated by a growing belly and carrying an already 2 or 3-year-old child around on one hip. So just think about that. But then incorporating breath and learning actually the techniques of pranayama and how to use my breath. Pranayama is really probably the most effective tool we have for beginning to quiet our mind. Learning just to focus on the smooth flow of my own breath, and to bring my focus back to that again and again, to begin to kind of train my attention and focus my mind. And it really quieted my mind. And then as I learned, when I became a real Viniyoga student, I learned that we can use our breath to give us more energy, you know, to re-energize us when we're feeling, you know, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when we're worn out already from the day, but there's still a whole lot of day left. Or to, in those moments when we feel like we're a little bit too hyped up and we need to chill out some to cope with whatever's coming in the rest of the day, to have real tools that really can affect my well-being in that way every single day. And I still have those tools and more tools, not just movement and breath, but many more tools that allow me to take care of myself every day. So in our program, we emphasize this focus on personal practice from the very beginning. And we guide our students through asana, and then through breath. Well, first through breath-centric asana guided by breath, and then breath, and then the use of sound, if that appeals to them, a lot of self-reflection, some meditation, whatever other tools, even taking a walk in nature as part of a practice to help them address all their needs. And we go in a stepwise way, and we guide our students all the way so that they can really learn, not just gloss over, but really learn how to use these tools to take care of themselves. And then that translates into when they're working with students, even in a group setting, to hear and to see what's happening with their students and to offer adaptations or changes in the way that the postures that we use are organized. We call that a sequence. And changes in the way that students experience their breath, really training them to work with their breath so that they too can experience relief from whatever it is that brought them to yoga in the first place.
I love that. It's very much like teach a man to fish, give them everything they need, right? So they have that lifetime access and from what they've learned.
Right.
Very cool.
Right.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you.
So I think, I want to ask you one more thing. Is there anything that you just love about the teacher training program? Like, do you have a favorite piece, or is there any one thing that really sticks out that like you're so excited about, for this upcoming?
Well, there's a lot. The program is broad and deep, right? And at the very beginning, sometimes our students are challenged in their self-concept as yoga practitioners and as yoga teachers. What I love is starting in the second unit of the program, so about 6 months in, when they start their student teaching. And we get to see them then sharing how they've learned and incorporated Viniyoga for themselves, but sharing it with their peers. And there's so much excitement, because we give them all the guidance they need to be able to do that with confidence. And then there's so much excitement when they have success at being able to express themselves and being able to guide students in a way that's practical and functional and safe and can be very transformative, whether it's, working with simple just movement, or whether as we go further in the training, whether they're teaching students pranayama and meditation. It's always exciting to hear my students' voices and how they express themselves as teachers. And I think that's what I look forward to the most.
Yeah, I love that, watching everyone blossom. That's wonderful. So I think Kathy, if she's willing, is going to share a little yoga snack with us today. So I'll be happy to be your demo. And are we up for that?
We're up for that. Awesome. So I'm going to guide you, I guess, and you're going to do the practice, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I mentioned a few moments ago with regard to my own experience of practice that we can use movement and breath in movement and a little bit of breath to begin to train our attention, was one phrase that I used, and to calm our minds, or to quiet our minds. So I'm going to lead you in a little tiny snack that I hope points us in that direction right now. We up for it?
We are ready. All right. How would you like me to begin?
We'll begin standing with you facing me or facing the camera, such as it is today. So before we start at all, just take a moment, notice what you feel in your body, and sort of notice how you feel in general. How do you feel energetically? What's going on in your mind? And then bring your attention to your breathing. And I'm going to guide you in a breath or two, and then we're going to add movement to that breath. All right? So please now take a breath in and then exhale. And then let's do that again. Inhale through your nostrils. And exhale through your nose. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. and breathe out through your nose. And then this time we're going to add movement. So this time, as you breathe in through your nose, sweep your arms out to your sides and up overhead as you raise your heels off the mat, coming up onto the balls of your feet. This is Tadasana. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself down, bringing your arms down as your heels touch down. Great, let's do that again. Inhaling, sweep your arms out and up, lift your heels. This time we're going to pause at the top just for one beat, and then exhaling, slowly lower yourself down. See if you can time your movement to your breath so that your movement and your breath both are complete at the same time. Let's do it again. Inhaling, sweep your arms out, lift your heels, reach up nice and tall. Pause your breath for just a beat, and then exhaling, come down. Remember the timing, breath and movement in sync with each other. And we'll do that just one more time. Inhaling, the arms sweep out and up as the heels lift, come up onto the balls of your feet. You're looking straight ahead, reach nice and tall, pause your breath for a beat or so. And then exhaling, slowly come down. Arms touch down as the heels touch down. Great, pause and take a breath in and out. And then please take a quarter turn and prepare for Virabhadrasana. So please step your left foot forward. Your right foot is back. Please bring your hands together, palms softly together in front of your heart. Let your shoulders and your elbows be relaxed. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, bring a little awareness into your back heel. So that's your right heel, pressing it down and back. And now, as you inhale, you're going to bend your front knee, still pressing that back heel into the floor behind you, and open your arms wide, shoulders pulling back and down. And as you exhale, keeping that back heel on the floor, you're going to come back to your starting position. Terrific. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling, bend the front knee. You're coming into a gentle lunge. The back heel stays planted on the floor. The shoulders pull back and down. Great. And exhaling. Come back to your starting position. Palms, elbows, shoulders soft. And one more time, inhaling. Lunge forward. Open your arms wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull them slightly down. Excellent. And exhaling. Come back to your starting position. And then step your feet together. Drop your hands. Pause for just a breath, and then we'll change sides. So this is Virabhadrasana. It's a forward-facing warrior adaptation with a little arm adaptation to give us a nice sort of stretch across the front of the chest. So here we go. Please take a breath in. As you're exhaling, send some awareness down the back of your back leg, which is your left leg, into your heel so that you feel that heel planted on the floor. And then as you inhale, bend your right knee, your front knee, and open your arms wide. Press your chest forward and keep it lifted. Excellent. Exhaling, come back to starting position. And we'll do that twice more. Inhaling. The arms open wide as the chest, the front of the chest presses forward and up. Both heels are firmly planted. Exhaling, come back. Eyes are wide open. Our gaze is straight forward as we do it again. Inhale, lunge forward. See if you can feel that nice squeeze between the shoulder blades and a little stretch across the front, and exhaling, bring it back to the starting position. Very nice, thank you. And then please step your feet together, lower your arms. And we're eventually going to come to sitting. So we'll transition to the floor through a posture we call Chakravakasana. So please come to your hands and knees. Position your wrists beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips, and your knees and feet not too far apart. So maybe if you look, they're just a very neutral distance apart. All right, please take a breath in. Now, as you're exhaling, see if you can hug your low belly inward a little bit as you move back and down, bending your elbows, bringing your chest towards your thighs and your hips toward your heels, forehead toward the mat. Now, as you're inhaling, see if you can lead with the front of your chest. So you want to lift your upper body, and it's as if the front of your chest is pulling you back to hands and knees. Lovely. Exhaling, hug your belly in, bend your elbows, bring your chest toward your thighs, and move back so the hips come down toward the heels. Excellent. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, lift your chest, leading with the front of the chest, come forward and up. Exhaling, hug your belly in a little bit as you come down. This is almost like a rocking motion in the body. And we'll do it once more. Inhaling, the upper body lifts. It's almost as if the front of the chest is guiding you forward as you're breathing in and exhaling. Hugging the belly in helps to lengthen us in the low back, helps us to get that chest toward our thighs and our hips to our heels. If you're comfortable, Bernadette, please pause there and take a breath, and then bring yourself to a comfortable seated cross-legged position. Or if you're going to sit on a meditation bench, to sit that way, whichever is comfortable for you. We're just going to sit for 2 to 3 minutes, right? So if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. If closing your eyes all the way isn't so comfortable for you, then see if you can turn your gaze downward so that we minimize the distractions in our visual field. And bring your focus and your attention to the flow of your breath. Not necessarily doing anything to your breath, just focusing on the smooth and even flow of inhale and exhale. Breathing at your own pace. Noticing if inhale and exhale are smooth and even. And then notice that there's a lot of thoughts in your head. And notice how easily those thoughts distract you from keeping your attention on the flow of your breath, and bring yourself back. Smooth, even flow of inhale and exhale. And you may notice again that there are thoughts that are distracting you. So bring your attention back once again. Smooth, even flow of inhale and exhale. And then see if you can remain in this space for a few more breaths. Training your attention to stay focused on the smooth flow of your breath, which we know from generations of experience is one of the primary tools that we can use to quiet our mind. If you get distracted, if your attention wanders, just bring it back. Be gentle with yourself. And then slowly let whatever imagery you have in your mind go. Relieve your attention from your breath, or release your attention from your breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back into the room, so to speak, and notice again how you feel. So we did a little check-in at the very beginning before we started to breathe and move. And then we do a little check-in now to notice if there's a difference. A tiny experience of a Viniyoga snack to move a little bit of energy, to move our breath, and then to sit and begin to train our attention and quiet our mind. Thank you so much, Bernadette, for modeling that for me in such a lovely way.
That was wonderful. I feel spacious and balanced. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you very
And for
much.
everyone watching, I hope you all enjoyed. So thank you, Kathy, for chatting with me today. I hope this has given you all a chance to get to know Kathy a little bit and have a beautiful yoga experience with her. So again, Kathy is senior faculty and a mentor for the Viniyoga Foundations Program. She's also the program coordinator. I hope you guys enjoyed this today. If anyone's interested in joining the Viniyoga Foundations Program, our next one starts in the new year. And you can get more information at viniyoga.com/train. And if you know you're ready to apply, you can go to viniyoga.com/apply. And we would love to invite you into this lineage. So thanks again, Kathy. Any last words before we log off?
Just thank you for letting me share this today. And for those of you that are out there seeing this little clip, I hope to be able to meet some of you very soon. In the meantime, take good care.
Awesome. Take care. Thanks, everyone.